Alright, so we made it down to the pond. Go try to do a little bit of fishing today. Hopefully get on some good ones for you. It's about 55 degrees today. The water is really clear. But in this pond, it really don't matter the clarity. I like bright colors in here, and sometimes I like dark. There is no in between on this day. I've caught fish on bright colors on overcast days like today, and muddy water. And then also in clear water, I've caught them on insanely dark baits. So it's really just a mood of the fish in here. This is a really hit or miss pond, and anybody will tell you that who fishes here. It's a nice little pond, but it's hit or miss. All right, y'all, got our first fish of the day. Tiny crappie. Hook just popped right out of his mouth. It's a tiny one. Throw him back. All right, guys. Got fish number 2. Got him on the bottom of the lip. Let me unhook him real quick. A lot better fish. A lot better fish. Kind of skinny though. Get him back. Alright. What I'm using today, same setup I used last time. Using the Arky Sexy Tail Shad and Electric Chicken color, using a black Arky 1/16 ounce jig head, 10-pound monofilament. Using the Ugly Stick Light Pro camouflage combo, and just pitching it right next to a drainage pipe. And one of my other videos I said how crappies like a vertical structure, and that is really shining today. Is that vertical structure. Just caught 2 off that same spot, probably within 5-6 minutes of each other, so that's not too bad. Kind of cold, so I don't really expect them to be really aggressive. So let's keep tossing it in there. I'm just pitching it in there, not really far out, probably about 10 foot maybe. And they're coming up, and I really don't feel the bite. I'm watching my line. A lot of the times, a crappie will suck in your lure and spit it right back out, and you won't even know it. So I'm just looking for that jump in that line. That's all I'm looking for. Alright, folks, I think we have found out what they like. It's just number 3, really tiny fish. That's number 3. Just pitching it right up on that vertical structure, and all I'm doing is just twitching that rod tip, and it's making that tail move just like that. See how crappies fight? They fight just as hard as a largemouth for their size. And if you can get some ultralight tackle on like that, look at him. It's a nice fish. He's pulling some drag a little bit. Yeah, he is. Let's get him in. Yes, sir. Nice crappie. He was hooked good. There was no way he was getting off that. Especially, I just wanted to show y'all the fight of them. For some people who may not have, done any crappie fishing, for their size, they fight really hard. They ain't no largemouth bass. They're not no stripers, catfish. But if you get some ultralight tackle on, and you get some small lures, you can bust them out left and right just like that. I'll be honest with you, this one took a little while to catch. Probably took about 15 minutes to catch them. But if you just start focusing on one spot, and you had some bites before, try to pull out that bigger fish like this. This is the biggest one so far. Here's a little stump that I got my phone sitting on. You can see how big he is. He's a nice crappie. That's a nice eater. Start punching them jigs in there. Start punching them minnows in there. Whatever you're fishing with, and try to pull these crappie out of there. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Going for the release. a healthy fish. His fins are crystal clear, so you know he's not hurt in any way. Give him a little push. And there he goes. Got another one, another tiny one. He's fat though. This was immediately after releasing that nice crappie. They're loving this little sexy tail shad from Arky, electric chicken color. If you can see him. He's fat though, really thick. If he keeps eating like he's eating, he's gonna be big one day. Try to lay in some more. All right, a tip. If you're relying on watching your line, what it's gonna look like is, if you're throwing a jig and it's going on the bottom and you see how your line is starting to dive in the water and stuff like that, it's gonna look similar to that. It might be that speed, just real slow, or it could be really fast. That, or you can see your line, it's in the water and just boop, 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 just little knocks at it. So that's one way. If you're looking at your line, that's what I'm doing. I'm not relying on my rod. I'm not really feeling them hit. I'm just seeing the line just start to go, because I'm changing up my retrieves as you would want to do. Sometimes I'm just letting it kind of suspend and, you know, let the tail go like that. And sometimes I'm just swinging it back and just giving it a jerk. So let the fish tell you what they want. The bigger ones seem to want the swim retrieve and have it jerk a little bit. Now the smaller ones are wanting the, you know, tail just wiggling. So we're gonna try to catch some more. If y'all are wondering what these jigs look like, here's the package. Oh, that one just fell. Here's the package of them. Somebody's building a deck over there. This is what they look like. Just small, itty bitty packages. Really good bait. I would highly recommend these. Another thing, when you're fishing like this, be prepared to get hung a little bit. You will use a lot of jigs, but that's okay. Just buy some more. Just try the best you can. If there's structure, if you want to throw in there, throw in there. But just realize that you probably will lose a lot of jigs. One way you can prevent losing jigs is, like I said in my last video, you know, beef up your tackle a little bit, beef up your line. I'm using 10-pound mono. I've only lost 2 jigs so far, so that's not terrible. Use heavier line if you're going around structure, and you won't lose as many. You'll bend hooks and not break line, which I'd much rather bend hooks so you can bend them right back out. But use what's most comfortable for you. If I'm gonna be pitching around, you know, some stumps like this, or that drainage pipe where I've been catching all these fish, you know what, I want just a little bit heavier line. So I'm using 10-pound mono. It's doing the trick. Cast light jig's really good. And how I'm doing it when I'm casting out the jig, it's just like flipping docks. You just pull that bait back and you let it launch out there. So if I can get a good position, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright. So what I like to do, take out a little bit of line, hold your jig, okay? Now you got to understand the business end's right there. So what I like to do, I like to hold it from behind. There's really no way you can get hooked unless it falls on its side. But if you have a good grip, it shouldn't. Alright, we're going to pull back. You have your rod tip going down just like that. Okay? So you take it, just like a gun, aim, and you want to let your index finger go as soon as you let that jig go. And it should go out there just fine. Reel mine back in. Another way I'm liking to do it is just like flipping a bass jig. Okay? Hold that jig in your hand, get that structure, bam, right next to that drainage pipe. That's where you want to be. So that's just some other tips that you can try. All these tips, they will work in ponds such as these. They'll work in lakes. Pretty much work anywhere. So just give them a try. and you'll find out which one works better for you. Got ourselves another one, folks. Another tiny one. As you can see, he felt big, but he is a dink. See if we can catch one more big one. Alright, I think we're going to end the video here. Starting to get kind of cold. Sun's starting to come out a little bit. But hopefully y'all learned something. And I'll catch y'all in another video. Thanks.